Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience, and hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated, from the west where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul, provoke thought so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble, the ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help us show, cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Learn to listen when it's grown man talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown man talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz. I'm back. What up, people? Man, it's good to be back amongst you fellas. What do you mean be back? Well, you know, I missed last week, so we just had to for a little while. You know, get my name.
Hey, what do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that.
Although you got brothers telling you now, but I'm trying to let the Lord take the wheel.
I'll tell you off air.
But yeah, man, it's good, man. I slept on the show, lost track of time, but I went back and watched it for last week.
I sat in your chair last week, man, and was overtaken by the cabin spirit. Yeah, exactly. I did always.
Yeah, I seen it. I went back and watched it. So it was cool.
You didn't call in nothing.
I was sleeping.
What?
Man,
Hey.
sometimes, you know, when you get out, I get away a little bit. Then I'm getting over it.
His company put him to sleep. Yeah. You might have him aside.
I ain't mad at you. Enjoy, my brother.
Yeah, my brother. Man, let's tap in before
Well, let's get the subject. Let's get the subject. Then we tap in. The subject is, do kids come first? I don't know the relationship. Relationship and marriage. This is broad spectrum.
Yeah, we got to get in there.
The kids come first. Go ahead. Let's Trevor. Let's kick it off with Trevor.
Well, I think that this is probably a wellness check, but all is well. I'm doing fine. I had an awesome week last week. I had a full weekend. I went to a cool little, two very nice events. One of them was with my daughter was modeling. Wow. But the twist to that was this in Vegas. And my niece was in Vegas. I'm like the love of people. But
they did well. It was elegant. It was classy. So shouts out to my daughter. I have a friend of mine, Ivory. I don't know if you guys know Ivory Thompson, but unfortunately, his son passed away. Wow. So, you know, to Ivory and your family, man, we all send you condolences. We also have the maker of Good Fred oil. I don't know if you guys remember Good Fred oil.
Man, I used to keep it on me.
I mean, that's one of the that's a historic situation in LA. But unfortunately, the son of Good Fred passed away. His name was Steve Ellis. Okay. So again, we also wish your family and we give you and send you our condolences. Yeah. Man. But I've had a full
was anybody born?
Man.
Of course they
How was your week?
We just don't know him.
I'm just
actually, one of the barbers at the shop just had a child. So
yeah, okay.
He just had a daughter.
Let's celebrate.
Yeah. So, Kanoom, how was your week, brother?
My week was good. My week was been good thus far. But you didn't miss it. This guy missed it.
Yeah.
EP's Anomaly release party.
Hey,
it was spectacular.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it had everybody on Hermosa Avenue wanting to come in.
If the police didn't stop you,
Yeah.
it was an
Well,
awesome
why you up on mine? Like bringing the
I was-
negative to mine. Okay, just stay over there, bro.
You're right. You know what? You're
Stay
right,
over
bro.
there mentioning the police and all that. We didn't have no problems with the police, did we?
No.
None at
You
all.
know what? You're right.
Don't bring the
Negative Nancy.
don't bring
You're
it.
right. You're right.
The
Don't
police.
bring it down, bro.
I had an awesome time.
Why was the police mentioned?
I don't. Ask that guy.
Well,
I
I
had
went
a great
negative.
time.
And I apologize. It's
I had
supposed
a
to be a
great
positive
time.
show, and I apologize.
I had a
for
great
going
time.
negative, but yeah.
Hey, you still gonna?
I gotta say sorry.
I was about to.
I'm apologizing.
And this is my week. About my week. You want to talk during my week?
Yeah, I was about to go out the back door when you said police.
Anyway, great job, EP.
Thank you, man.
I want to
I
give
appreciate
you
your presence, brother.
mad props. It was a great event.
Congrats
I seen so
again
many
on the
people
album.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, they was like, yeah, hey, you still alive? Like, yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that was great. It was a great show. I can't wait for the next one. I heard it's coming up this week.
It's this weekend.
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
So those that missed
okay.
it, you can try again this week.
Trev,
Exactly.
Try again. Well, how was your week, EP?
Man, like you said, brother, I had the release party. I released the album. I got to play some songs live off the album amongst my friends and loved ones. It was very dope. I felt very supported. Kevin wasn't there, but I felt very supported nonetheless. But Kevin's going to be there this week.
Yeah.
We're doing it again. It's not the anomaly release, but we're going to play live music. Come on, man. We bringing soul to Hermosa Beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're in shock and awe.
Yeah,
over there.
exactly.
And you may just play a cut or two off the album, right?
Probably
Yeah,
I might. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might do that. If
Yeah.
you walk to the
little
door,
intro,
I'm gonna give
little
you
something.
Yeah, man. But great week. I felt supported. It's great to have to make an impact.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And people it was well received.
Yeah.
Another highlight of the week is Trevor. What? You're rushing me?
No, I was no. Hold on, I was not.
Wow.
I was not
What
rushing
is
Irvin.
doing this?
I was trying to get. Man, Irvin is
said-
downplaying. Wait, Irvin is downplaying the event because of him being so humble. Let me say this: it was a line outside the door. They got so inundated with the crowd, they weren't even used to it. They had the waitresses, and I guess they initially thought that it wasn't going to be as big as it was, but they were backed up. They were crowded. Irvin completely packed out every single seat. It was right before standing room only. It was awesome. So I mean,
man.
you
He
probably
should've-
couldn't say it.
He should have said that on you during your week. You know, how was your week?
Right.
You know,
Wait,
interrupt everybody.
Irvin called me out. True. Irvin called me out, and like he rushing me. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm big in helping them to big up his situation. It got to the point the bar sold out as much as it possibly can. The restaurant, I ain't gonna say they ran out of food, but I mean, Irvin had almost every single seat in there with a tush in it. So nah, bro, Irvin, you really did it.
I appreciate
You
you.
really did it.
I appreciate you.
You sold that place out, man.
Yeah.
Packed it out.
Pushing.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again this weekend with you guys. Come on out. Come on out. With information on my page. But yeah, let's get into the show, man.
Did you say how your week was?
Yeah. I thought he did.
I'm cool.
You're cool.
I'm cool.
No, he said, or was that before
was-
the show?
Yeah,
That was
before.
last
Come on,
Okay.
tell the people, man.
I'm
My
good.
bad. My bad.
Let's go. I'm
No.
good. God is good and I'm good.
Where'd you go?
Up north.
Okay.
Up north.
Because I was thinking about
Nice.
what I was gonna say. So
what you gonna do?
spent some time with the
missus.
missus to
The
be.
missus to
The
be.
missus to be.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
It's
so
always,
we had a good time, enjoy each other as we do always.
always a good thing.
Always.
Let's shout out our sponsor real quick because it may help this conversation.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor.
Pour some more.
Or
Some more.
or
Yeah.
Pour some
Yeah,
more.
shout out
Pour some
to-
more.
it
To
may
Saul at Asilio.
it
Yeah.
may it may
Premium Tequila. Is
it
our
may
sponsor
help
of
it
tonight.
EP and it may
Yeah.
send it left.
You're right. Yeah, man. But tonight's subject is: do kids come first? Do kids come first? Trevor,
Go ahead, brother.
You know
What's your take on this? Do kids come first?
Yes,
They do.
completely.
we knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
So kids come over. They in a relationship. They outrank you, the provider, the nurturer, the protector. They come before you.
Yes.
Okay. Care to
But
elaborate?
you're wording it as if I jumped into a relationship.
No, either. No, I didn't. I didn't word it that way. It could have been born
before. Well,
in
okay,
the same household.
so my answer is still yes, because before I get into a relationship with someone that has children, I think that baby steps need to be taken. So before I get involved in a relationship, it usually takes me how long,
6
fellas?
to 9 months. But I didn't paint it that way. I said, do kids come first?
So
it could have been, you could have been married and had a kid, and then the kid supersedes your needs because the parent pays more attention to the child.
Okay,
and
so
this allows you.
So you mean if you're married now?
I'll let you paint it.
Okay. In a relationship, even before the relationship starts, every person has to realize that we have to establish a fundamental, basic base in which we're going to move forward in. So if we're going to move forward in something, let me realize that, we are all cool first. Establish a friendship, a solid foundation, and then move forward. If we get to the point where we are married and we have children involved, then at that point, no, because both of our positions are solidified, and then we move forward and govern ourselves accordingly. The kids can't come first after marriage. The kids can't come first after the relationship has started.
In your house, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it has to be the man, the wife, then the children.
It has to be that way.
It has to be the man, the wife, and then the children. So in order to establish
in your house.
Yes. So in order to establish that, you have to move forward with preventative measures. We all don't know what we're moving forward into, and people do change. But before you even get into that, I think we can't jump the gun. I just don't think jumping the gun is smart. Having a relationship too soon is smart, especially when children are involved and we have to, move.
I'm confused then because you said the children always come first.
We talked about in your scenario.
No, I didn't paint any scenario.
Okay, but when you told me to go ahead and paint the picture, then yes. So before we get into a relationship,
then you
the children
said,
have to come first.
Then you said there's realize there's an order in the family.
Right.
You talk about the father,
right,
the mother, the children.
Right.
So how does the child supersede
before you even get into it? Okay. But I also gave clarification because I said even moving forward, when you start talking to the person, 6 to 9 months, you have to understand where you stand and where you stand. And then you guys jumped. You guys jumped over into marriage. You guys jumped over into being in a relationship, and I'm coming from a perspective of preventative measures and thinking ahead.
The child got here past 6 to 9 months. In order for you to have a child with your standards, you got well past the 6 to 9 months, correct?
Okay.
So that would be null and void for this conversation.
Okay.
6
so
to 9
at
months.
This point, it's a no.
Those are 6 to 9 months out the window.
Okay. So let's say 6 to 9 months out the window. By the time I've gotten into a relationship with someone that has children, you've already understand what the order is.
What is it?
The God, the father, the wife, the children.
Okay. So the children don't come first.
In that situation, no. by the time you married, no. By the time you're in a relationship,
making this harder than what it should be.
By the time you're in a relationship, no. But we also got to take it from a beforehand perspective. That's just my view.
We're not talking about. We're
talking
about once the kids are
so the
here,
answer has to be no. So the answer has to be no. Then.
Thank you, Trevor. Woo. Then he went all the way down the 405 to get here today.
He got off on El Segundo, looped around to the 120th, drove all the way up to.
Oh my goodness!
And you guys jumped from taking the correct route to get here, and y'all jumped the gun. Y'all said in a relationship. You mean to sit there and tell me you individually?
That's what we've been talking.
So individually,
inferred.
So individually,
Did you read? Did you read what EP wrote?
It's inferred.
Did you read what EP wrote?
Yes, I did.
It said relationship. In a relationship, does the child come first? Man, I don't even need to go over this with you. You know what it said.
Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Can we go over? Can we go
In
to
a
the clip?
relationship.
Can we go
Yeah,
to the
please.
clip?
By the time a relationship starts,
I miss it.
You want to keep talking.
I miss you guys.
Folks, today's question: should kids always come first in the family? Now, as a parent, we have this instinct to make sure that our kids are always taken care of and that their needs are always met, which is great because our kids are usually the most needy within our family dynamics because they just don't have as much experience in life. However, kids are best taken care of when both of their parents are well taken care of. And that means that they're both feeling love and respect that's necessary for any person to carry on living. And so with that being said, it's best for parents to make sure that each other is taken care of before that they can take care of their kids. And I always use the tree metaphor. When growing a tree, you don't usually water the leaves of the tree first. You usually water right at the roots because that's where all the nutrients come from. Same thing in any family. You want to make sure that the roots are taken care of first so that the tree can grow well. And even if you're in a relationship where the parents are not together, you want to make sure that that relationship still has a sense of love and respect within it for those kids to be better taken care of. So make sure that you're watering your tree starting at the root.
Yeah. So I agree with everything he said. Here's the thing for me, though. You know, in this dating scheme of things,
we didn't say dating. We said relationship.
Dating is
dating
part
when
of
you're
a
in a
relationship.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yes.
Get your panties out of here. Whew. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and dating.
Keith, we didn't have no sound effect, no nothing.
You want sound effect for your panties?
Yeah.
Give him something for his panties. Give
You want something for his panties? Yeah, but in dating, I just think
That's why
it's difficult dating a woman with children because 9 times out of 10, the child is going to come before you, and that's a bitter pill to swallow.
It really is. It really is.
Not saying that you should come first immediately, but as time goes on, how do you fall into this place of where I come first instead of the child coming before me? It's difficult for a single mother to date, especially when she has children. I may want to do something on the spur of the moment. You can't really do that. You know, you have to have,
especially if you don't have that understanding and that realization from the very jump.
Because
you know you're not going to be first.
And I guess I'm need to be first. I'm gonna need to be first. Just the way it is.
Hey,
that's how you feel. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And two, I believe it also depends on the situation or what's going on at that particular time.
Talk about it, Kevin.
Paint
the picture.
Versus, say if it's a need, say the child may have a need, and I'm speaking, because like you said, it's hard to come together and have a blended family. Period.
Oh, it's different.
If the man have kids and the woman have kids, so you have to find a medium. In our relationship, we assist each other. If it's something going on with mine, I know she's there. Whether it's talking about it or whatever. And the same thing when it comes to her. We're I guess we'll say lucky or blessed to all of them are grown except one. So I know he's going to need certain things. I'm a man that I don't have to jock for position. I'm comfortable in my skin. My thing is, and then also she allows me to step in, if it's discipline, I'm not gonna discipline him no different than, pretty much I would discipline mine. If it's just where a conversation that all it take, then that's all it take. If it's something that need a little to be more stern, then that also.
So what you saying? You okay with being third?
No, I'm not gonna be third.
Priority and
no. It's just my thing is I take every situation or whatever the case may be. Even with the older ones. A couple of them was having some issues, not no crazy issues, but hey, do this. They respect me enough to value my opinion or what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, not to cut you off, but that is very, very, very important that you establish that at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let me establish, my place in these kids' lives, and to even get a barometer if this is even going to be manageable in the future. So as you're courting her, you're almost courting them at the same time even see if you're
definitely.
Hold on, Trevor. To even see if this is something that's going to be manageable,
right? That's going to work
in the future.
Yeah.
And that you even have that respect from them,
right? And that's very true, because when we started talking, our kids were young. They were still, except maybe two. The two oldest was. The rest of them were school age. From kindergarten, I think, to high school. So what you're saying is very true. And you may have some speed bumps, or we may have had some speed bumps, but we didn't throw in the towel. We got to see how this is going to work, because, it's kids on both sides, and they got to accept me and like me. My kids got to accept her and like her as well.
Yeah.
So it's like a puzzle.
It's like pouring equity into them, and not even intentional. If you love them, like, kids can sense realness and love. Trevor, you look very, very bewildered,
perplexed.
So what is wrong?
I'm asking, because I was talking about before you get into a relationship, and now you guys are talking about before you get into a relationship. But you put me on the page of, okay, you're in a relationship. Who comes first? You guys are saying that's what you told me. And you're in a relationship. Does the kid come first?
You know what?
But you guys are referring back to before you get into the relationship, and now I'm just a little lost.
You're a little lost
because
watch this. There's different stages of a relationship,
and I was talking about the beginning stage.
Okay. Anything else?
I was talking about the beginning stage.
You were talking about even before you. Yeah, you were talking about even
on the past.
You were talking about 6 to 9 months before you even.
If anybody else is confused, please do call in.
You're the only. It's three of us.
If I'm the only one, if I'm the only one that doesn't get it, because I was going into trying to establish a foundation and a base.
Too much time of the show,
and you guys are talking about the same thing now. But you guys, we're talking about. Let's keep to it. If we're in a relationship, do you come third? Does the child come first? Why would we even
become first if we're not even in a relationship? That's asinine.
So in all actuality, when you're courting, because I think somebody just said courting, right? Right? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I misheard. Somebody just said in the courting stage. I'm lost.
Yeah, you are.
I'm lost.
You are. Just sit down. Just stay over there. You will catch up.
I was addressing the courting stage.
Just stay over there. You will catch up at some point of the show. Okay?
You're right. I will. I'll still be here.
Just saying. There's always, like anything, there's pros and cons in dating, being in a relationship with a woman that has children. You know what I mean? And part of that, if you love family and you like being around family and the children bring value, I think that's the biggest thing, because the children have to almost accept you as well, right?
So when you're in a relationship, like I said, I'll break it even down to the preschool, so you can understand it. So we were talking about once you're in a relationship, and we were talking about who comes first, hierarchy, whatever. So then I went back to say, look, guys, it's very important at the beginning stages that you even acknowledge or you pay attention to these things to make sure that it helps to enhance the relationship in your actual relationship prior to marriage or even during the dating stage. Because some women don't even consider their mate when they're in a relationship with you.
Yeah, that's true.
So especially another sign, if I'm allowed to give another sign, if a woman treats her child like her friend, that is definitely a sign to where that
or her
child,
man.
or her man.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
That they're gonna infuse whatever you guys go through in that relationship, which will cause that child a lot of times to pick sides and to be divided in that relationship, marriage, courtship. What else can I say?
What are they? All engagements.
Yeah, and all on all facets.
Yeah.
Even prior to 6 months to 9 months.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Trevor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. A woman that treats her, you want to discipline me, but you want to baby or cuddle the son, then I don't even need to be here, because for one, I've been raised already, and I'm not finna be.
Especially if your word doesn't even matter.
Don't
and you're
matter.
giving input on the child's situation.
Right.
And especially it's disrespectful when you help raise that child from here all the way up to you're disallowed to be involved in the disciplining of that child. And it doesn't, I'm not saying it has to be physical, but like your word means nothing when it comes to, and I've seen relationships collapse when it gets to the point to where well, I got it, it's mine, I'll handle it. It's like, word, was it yours when I was investing time and energy and resources, and they was going through this, and it was my contacts that helped them did it, but now I have no say so. So that also adds decay to the foundation of the relationship.
Definitely.
Because and then if you go, and then if it's a marriage, I mean, I can't say that I'm not marrying her children or she's not marrying my children.
You really are.
Because we are. And my thing is, if that's not understood, then why are we doing this? Because one of those kids or several of those kids can really stir up some shit between us.
How could they stir up shit if
because
if they don't come first?
Well,
because they could be rebelling.
That could be the reason.
Because they don't come first.
Right.
Because they're rebelling. Mom, it was just me and you.
Right.
Now he comes and he does this. Hey, well, this is my husband, baby. Well, I don't care. And then they start acting out in school, or they start doing other things because they are fighting for a position. So that's why I said in the very beginning that it helps tremendously when you take the time and you invest and you build a relationship with the kid as you are building a relationship with the parent.
Build a relationship, but you're already in the relationship.
You still build as you're in a relationship. You're still building a relationship.
You're still in the process.
If you was dating somebody for a year, guess what you're doing? You're building a relationship to get to 2 years, or to 3 years, or to 4 years.
Because
you've done what it took to earn your position as the leader of the household. You've proven over your pattern or over time that you are okay and in a position to lead this relationship. So why is what he does or not do an issue, him lashing out an issue or acting out an issue, if you are the leader of that house? Because
it doesn't mean he's going to always follow the order.
Right.
Because life happens.
But you're the leader.
Well, listen, it doesn't mean he's going to obey. We have rules now that we break as adults. Doesn't mean he's going to follow the rules in the house, which breaks down the dynamic, which is why discipline is needed, or an order is needed.
So you didn't understand this situation, or these circumstances or scenarios didn't come about while you guys were courting each other?
No,
When you were
the
courting
child is 5.
woman and the
It
children?
wasn't no
The
threat.
child, listen to this. Let me just. I'm gonna humor you during the whole show. I guess.
Everything doesn't
The
come out. all
child,
at
the child
once.
is 5. He's playing with toys. When he becomes 15, he starts to like women, right? He starts to like girls, and they mature, and they go through different things, and they rebel, and they're looking for their identity, and they're around different groups, so they experience different things, so they react different. Understand that? So it brings about change.
So
doesn't mean he could be a mild-mannered child all the way up until he's 17, and he gets around the wrong influence and he changes.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't
He tests
listen to you anymore. He tests you. He tests his mom. He's cussing his mom out. He's doing all this other stuff, but you are the husband. You've raised him. You don't know this kid no more because he's changed.
Neither does she.
Okay, she doesn't. That's what I'm saying. That's why. But you being the head of the house and the man, you are not going to let him continue to disrespect
Not at
your
all.
queen, right? So
Not
you're
at
going to
all.
be faced with dealing with some things that you've never had to deal with because you're seeing things exhibited in this kid that he's never exhibited before, right?
So is the wife okay with that then? Because we're talking about my kid come first. The topic
She would
is
have to be.
the topic is
I think
my
correct.
child come first. So are we going to talk
No,
about
no,
if
it's-
she's okay with it or what you do as a man? Because you guys just said that you are the head of the household. You do come first. So scratch what he going through.
I didn't
Scratch-
say that.
It's
I
a
said
matter
that
of
the show is do kids come first? It's a question.
okay. So who gonna
Do
come
they?
first? If he changing 10 years later, you've been with him since he was like you said 5. So no, he does not come first, like you guys said, because this thing ain't cookie cutter.
I never said
So-
he
No,
comes
we
first.
never. No, not in that aspect.
Who comes first in that scenario then?
The man.
The kid?
The man.
The man.
So now if the man comes first in the scenario that you just made mention of, that's your son, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to keep stepson?
He's my son.
No,
Okay,
it's
so
your
this
son.
is your son. So if this is your son gonna tell you what it is, or you gonna tell your son what it is?
You're fighting our case.
You, Trev. You have.
But if
You're fighting our case.
So what's,
No,
so
he
what's your
doesn't.
stance?
My stance is I'm gonna show you discipline within love,
right.
but you're not gonna disrespect
No.
my woman. You're not gonna do that in this house,
No.
and that's when a boundary is set.
Right.
You're not coming first. You're not gonna act like that here. I'm the man. I'm the provider of this house. This is not gonna be tolerated.
So back to the title of the show. My kid comes first.
No.
Listen to the title of the show.
It's like,
Do
It's a
kids
question.
come first? Question mark.
So who's gonna come first if that's her son and she's having a speed bump? You do, right? You do, right? What you say goes, right?
you can conversate.
I don't know why you fighting this.
You can
bro.
come. You can.
Why you wanna fight
go.
this?
You can conversate.
Why?
You guys are
with the
confusing me.
mother. You probably can come if you can come to an
Jeez.
agreement. But a lot of mothers tend to be a little different when it comes to their son. So, but like you said, I didn't been around all this time, so I think I've earned that right. Especially if he's disrespecting our house and disrespecting you, because you're under my wing. You know, I'm your protection, even if it come up against your child. Now, hopefully it don't ever have to become physical, but he will know that, look, bro, that's not happening here. So either lock it down, get it together, or there's the door. That's the easy way.
Let's go to a comment. Kimberly says, men come first. If the children are raised to be respectful, there are no issues.
Yeah.
Mhm. I agree.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
But see, and
Great
the
point.
mother can't pick and choose, or just like with a man and wife, and they have children together, you can't be allowing him to get away with something or telling him he can do something that I told him that he can't, because kids is going to play on that too.
Being on
So
one
that's
accord.
going to that's going to create a problem and an issue.
Can you go back to that?
Yeah, I just think that they in any event there are pros and cons in the I'm just speaking for us, for dating and being in a relationship with a woman that has children, especially if they're children that they need a lot of attention.
Yeah.
If they're older, they don't need that much attention.
They should.
You could kind of, you guys can still go out. That
Right.
child could stay home by
Right.
themselves.
Yeah.
And not, mommy, can you stay home with me?
Yeah.
The whole thing is where the child begins to usurp authority in the relationship by either whining, complaining, I don't really like him, or just saying it just because they're not getting any more attention.
Yeah, right.
And I think as an adult, you have to recognize that and you have to deal with it accordingly.
Right.
Papa Pope comment says some mothers experience a significant change when the empty nest dynamic approaches or occurs. Please believe.
Yeah. Because they no longer have that child in the household. So they trying to hold on to the dire. No, baby, you can come back. You can live. You don't have to live on campus. You can live here.
Mine, this lady, man, she I can't wait till they all gone.
Yeah.
So we can really start living our life.
Being together.
Yeah. So she won't. Sometimes I have to like, wait, hey, come on, man. You sometimes she go
kicking
hard,
them out too early.
Yeah.
So I won't have that problem.
Yeah.
So but then
you just never know what life brings. The thing is, if you do all of this stuff in love, it will help guide you through this whole process.
That's why it's easier for me. I'm just talking about me.
Yeah, of course.
And in dating, if you have a small child, that's gonna be a turn off to me.
Right. Especially now.
Yeah.
If you have a small child, because you
in the dating
have to
stage.
attend. Excuse me?
In the dating stage.
Oh
right?
Lord, you're still stuck on that. Can we move on?
No,
Can we move on?
I wouldn't want
Can we move on?
to. I wouldn't want to date a
Jesus
woman that
Christ.
has a small child. Not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Guess what?
Especially if it's not my child.
Right.
Guess what? Before you was on the freeway, you was on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Let me just play riddles.
Yeah. Riddle me this, Batman.
Oh my God! At some point, the on ramp was present, right?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to move on with the topic of the show. I don't want to even. I just feel, and even with women that have children, when you allow your child to interfere with a relationship, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
You could potentially lose that man, and some women say, "Well, I don't care. My child comes first."
Oftentimes, it's said.
Oftentimes. And I had a conversation with a young lady, and she told me emphatically, these women got this. Now, she has 3 children. These women got this shit all backwards.
What'd she say to you, P?
She said these women got all this shit all backwards.
All backwards.
How you gonna let a child, this motherfucker don't put nothing in the pot to pay for the food? And then she went into even them getting served first. You didn't work all day. You probably can be the last one to eat. You know what I mean? The man gets the lion's share. That's always been the case.
Right. And that's how our ancestors out. That's how it happened. That's what it was.
It should be taught. It should be
Yeah.
done in front of them, because in other cultures it is done. Yes. The sisters serve the brothers. The mother serves the father.
Yeah.
And they're taught this
right
from the time that they're of age to serve. This is embedded in it.
Right.
And the brothers protect. And the brothers go outside. They do all the hard labor.
Ain't no sisters going out there cutting the grass.
Yeah, the brothers do this. Yeah. So I would even venture to say who came first.
Oh well,
that's the order.
You talking about man or woman?
No, not man or woman, but man or adults.
That's what I was thinking.
Chicken out of egg.
No, adults or the kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Of course. I think it's simple, really. It's not hard. If you have a child and you let that child move before. Even I'm just talking about when I was dating. Even when my younger children, when I was dating someone that didn't have children, those children fractured that relationship intentionally.
Yeah, of course. Of
Oh,
course.
my mama said I don't have to listen to you or her.
You ain't my daddy.
And you ain't my da 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 da.
Yeah.
And I told her, it's not us against you. It's me and you against them.
Yeah.
Because they on some bullshit right now.
Right.
You know, they trying to tear this apart.
But it's also incumbent on you to pay attention at that dynamic between the kid and the other person, because like my daughter, I know my daughter is a very big protector.
Yeah.
So I have to look at, okay, how is she interacting with somebody that I'm interested in?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you allow some things to go unchecked, or
Right.
it's the way you introduce her into that
Right.
new relationship or dynamic.
Mhm. It's a matter of having a respect for an adult.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if
You know
she
what I mean?
respects you, exactly.
Yeah.
Even now, even as adults, you still have to kind of massage certain things to make sure that the respect is there.
Yeah.
Because it helps your relationship tremendously.
And I want to say just what you just said for when it comes to the daughters with the fathers.
Yeah.
You know, they are protective. Mine is the same way. And then when you spoke on, say, you're not my dad. So if their father is in their lives, you know, that can be an issue too if it ain't no understanding.
Yeah. Whew, yes.
You know, I kind of went through that. She went back and told her dad that I hit her.
Oh,
you
wow.
know?
See?
And that, of course, wasn't the case, because I got told when it comes to that, I'm gonna leave that for you and her dad. You know, but if she's cutting up and I tell you go to your room, or that's it tonight, your night is done, then that shouldn't be a huge problem. But immediately when she told me that, I said, "Well, call me. Let's nip this in the bud right now." You know, so you know, I told him, I said, I don't know why she told you that. I'm telling you that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's okay for you to believe her. That's your child. That's fine. Now it's still on you. So if you feel that I did, then you and I can handle this however you see fit.
Now we can handle this like some gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, basically. And that's basically what I
Get
told
into
him.
some gangster shit.
Because for one, most kids want their parents together.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. I understood, you know, but that never happened. Now, later on, it came to the time where I had to discipline her. But at that time, like I said, it was so many years that have went by. I've earned that. I'm feeding you. I'm making sure you got a roof over your head. You got clothes. You got shoes. So I should have earned that right by now.
I think it's important that, even though it could be difficult, I think it's important that when you're raising a child and the father is in their lives, that the two men exchange phone numbers and be able to effectively.
It should be. It should be. But we know sometimes dudes, you know, hate to accept a loss, you know, because whatever wasn't working then, you see now, like, man, you know, and now is this dude, now I'm in the picture. Hey, bro, that wasn't my, you know, my problem. You messed up. So, but still, the rules is what it is.
What do you guys think about that? Do you think that would help if you had the information of the
father
of the child that you
if
you can have an amicable relationship with the other party, parent, it's always a win.
Yeah,
it's always a win. And I would extend the Olive Garden, or hopefully we can be cool, because the goal should be in a mature relationship that our job is to prepare this youngster into to face life and to thrive in life. That's our job.
Yeah.
Now, however, if you're not open to that, that's something else.
Yeah. And then that's something that the mom is going to have to step up and step in and like, look, we're doing this over here, but still it's, to me,
especially if I'm contributing to a loving home and environment in order for your kid to thrive.
Right.
Now, if I'm involved in some, or the other person is involved in some, to where you have issues or concern of your child's safety, or you're exposing them to certain things that may be detrimental to your kid, then I understand you being standoff. But if I'm coming to you as an adult that's productive, and I love this kid and I want to invest in this kid with you and help raise it, because I am with the mom, you can only do what you can do.
You got to respect. And it's the same thing like I told
you. Are you looking for a return on your investment?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're investing in, everybody looks for a return on their investment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're investing in someone else's child and it benefits you none, you giving somebody else's child the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's go to this comment right here. Purple Key says, I'm my mother's only child. I've always been overly protected for her when she dated and when she was single, even after she was.
Yeah, so that's there it goes right there. She's probably looking out for her mother.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes
it could be overly protected.
Which drives some men away.
Yeah. A lot.
It
drove me away.
Have it. Handle it. Yeah. What you saying, Trev?
Oftentimes that whole thing, I don't know if you guys are talking about, after being in a relationship with somebody, it makes the child feel, it can have an adverse effect of a child or on a child after you're out of a relationship. So
you talking about far as the mother and the father splitting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I had some things down here. These are the reasons why I don't.
Why you don't be in a relationship with them, or you ain't dating them? Because I don't know where the hell y'all going with this shit. Why you don't date them, or why you not in a relationship with a woman with kids? I mean, what in the hell are we doing here?
Before you get to date,
let's go, man. I'm very interested.
I'm like time and attention. You know, it's limited availability for your time and attention. If you have, especially if she has more than one child. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you almost gotta be a school teacher or own a nursery to date her. I had down here scheduling conflicts. You know, I may want to go to Barbados this week, and you got to get babysitters. This is one of the reasons why it's difficult to date someone with small children.
Hit us with another one, P. Hit us with another one.
Emotional baggage. Past relationships that ended may have left emotional scars or unresolved issues that can affect the new relationship. Even in their children, you know, I said it before, like when people get a divorce, it's really the children are affected heavily. And they may not want to see you with nobody else except their mother or father. Yeah. So they're going to throw some monkey wrenches in the relationship, you know, to attempt you to, I want you back with my mommy, you know, so it's a dangerous game when you're playing it.
And then also too, you know, it's like when that happens, you have to talk to your kids, you know, and let them know. And that's like with my boys, my daughter, she was already older, but once they mom split and I felt or thought about getting back out there, you know, they was even encouraging, Dad, when you gonna get married again? You know, because I had that conversation with them, you know, and then like the same thing, because even with Kev, you like, well, my mom gave me somebody, I got a dad. I was like, hold up, bro. Hold up. You can't be like that. I said, if your mom meets someone and he's into her and he's into y'all, I said, I can't allow you to disrespect that man.
That's nice.
You know, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, just like you were saying, if you was being mistreated or something like that, then, but, one time they, I guess the nigga that she was seeing, however, like, oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, we'll see each other.
Yeah.
But if he's respectful and love y'all, can't let you disrespect him.
Yeah. That takes a level of maturity, though. And I don't think a whole lot of people were there.
Just like it takes maturity for you to withhold precious things that we're going through in our relationship from the kids.
Yeah.
Who don't understand, who ain't been through nothing yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have a tendency to form opinions and start to act out based off what they think is going on with us.
For me, my child came first. So if I meet somebody or I'm not dating you yet because my child is not going to come into me and your relationship. This is me and my child. You're going to come into me and my child's relationship, and then we'll work things out, because I don't want that open door, that swinging door situation between me and my children. First, start off as a friend, and let's see if we can build a cool friendship foundation. Let's see if we can get along. We could effectively communicate and move on from there before we start going on to another stage of dating. If someone were to call me, okay, if I'm doing my daughter's hair, okay, call me back. If I'm cooking dinner for my daughter and my friends, call me back. I don't have the time or the opportunity because this is my child for real. I'm doing homework. So the things that I'm doing with my life, that's what I was doing before you got here. And again, this is in the dating stage. So you really know exactly what it is. You are not going to take precedence over my life. I'm not going to stop being who I am because you're here now. So my child in that situation, in the dating stage, my child does come first. When I have earned the equity in your family's life and built a foundation, and vice versa, then when we move forward gradually, it'll fade out to where, okay, my children understand, the person here I have to respect as such. Her children will have to believe that, moving forward, we're gradually going into a position of authority for Trevor. So going into a relationship, I do believe the whole situation changes. And that's just how I govern myself when I was dealing with someone that had children, because I thought that it was brutally important that I don't leave those children hanging and leave them emotionally damaged.
This is the thing for me, and I believe for these gentlemen here, is that we all go through that in the beginning. However, you're not even going to meet my daughter until I think you're the one to even go through that next phase, because that I'm guarding them from me dating this person for this long. Unless I think it's going somewhere, you won't even get there.
So you automatically, and I'm asking you guys. So, and I know you guys believe that 3 or 4 weeks or whatever is the thing, but if I'm with my child and I'm going shopping, there's oftentimes you're gonna meet them at Girl Scouts. You're gonna meet a female while y'all getting groceries.
Let me say,
you might meet a female at the beauty supply. You might meet a female at PTA meetings. You might meet a female. You just might meet somebody with your child.
Watch this.
If you're always spending time with your child, if you are an involved dad, the odds of you meeting someone that is attracted to what you're doing and you're really doing this, your interests aren't in this person. You will eventually become interested in this person possibly, but your child could have met him.
That's you and your heart stance. However, along that process, it could be an enlightening thing. This person vibes well with my child. This person is genuinely interested in this. My child might like her from the beginning. They might grow a bond, especially you said it's in these other arenas. She could be a positive influence on my child. So it doesn't necessarily need to be looked at as a negative thing, because I can automatically know, are you that you meet her at this early stage, because I might see some qualities in you that show me, oh man, she's a great person. She's a great mother. Or I never saw that. I love how she interacts with children. There's other ways to look at it, bro.
She understands.
Are we saying the same thing or no?
No, you said you won't allow that to happen.
No, I said I would allow. I would.
Okay.
meet
Oh yeah, you're
somebody
right.
like that.
You did say that. You're right. My bad. I was wrong.
Tomorrow, Patrice says you also must. Man, you gonna make it smaller, and I'm trying to read it, bruh. You also must make sure she is looking for a mate, and not only a stepmom or stepdad. Some people are looking for help over relationship.
I agree.
I think we had a show over that, right?
Valid point.
We had a show like that.
Valid point.
Yeah. Some people are looking. You need a babysitter.
Yeah.
Right.
You need a.
I got 20 on it.
I'm not the babysitter.
Yeah, I got $20 on it.
Yeah. Some people had car trouble their whole life, and you just happen to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is kind of.
And you see some guys, they be babysitting while she goes out.
Oh no.
What the? These not even my kids.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You got the kids and the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just think it's a touchy situation. It's a lot when a lot of people are involved. I just minimize the amount of people involved, move forward.
Yeah.
Minimize greatly to zero. Just you, baby.
And
Me and you, baby.
I get it.
What's your plus
I'm
one?
with
What's
you,
your
brother.
plus one? Yeah, just her.
I'm with you.
Because it's difficult. I'm
it
saying it's difficult. All the things that we mentioned, and it's a myriad of more
Hey,
of
man,
them.
that's your prerogative, and it works for you.
Yeah,
So
you ain't
to
gotta-
be true to who you are,
Right.
what you need in order to function, bro.
Especially if
Nothing
she
wrong.
doesn't have her child in check. If her child is running amok,
Man,
that child brings no value to me or her.
I'm running.
You know what I mean?
I'm running.
You can't even, because if it was, I would enjoy raising the child like if it was my own, but it's too many variables.
You sound like you was closed off from the beginning, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that
Hey,
later.
shit.
That was a real spit. Hey, that was
Probably
a real
was.
spit.
But I agree with you, Canoe. I agree. Because trust and believe.
Yeah. Man, I know somebody getting a divorce right now. And partially is for the child.
Wow.
A lot of times
She treated her son like her
man.
Yeah. Oh, we gonna go on vacation for him. Spending more time on vacation with the son than
do with me.
Nothing romantic or nothing. Wish I would.
Yeah, I would encourage that trip because by the time they both get back.
Oh, so you ain't going?
I ain't going.
Nah. Well,
I'm gonna be packing my shit.
And he went.
Yeah, I'll be packing my shit if it's like that. Well, but when you get back,
it's a starving student truck in the front of the It's been a good show, man. It's been a good show.
Yeah.
It's been a good show.
Yeah.
Kids don't come first. That's what we found out today.
Hey.
For some of us.
Yeah, for some of you. You see Trevor silent as a silent as a lamb. Yeah.
Trevor's confused.
We're gonna talk about here. We're gonna talk
Well,
about
that won't be the first time Trevor is confused.
Till next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I think he'll be back next week.
Hey.
He'll be confused some more next week.
Listen, when this